Alright, how is everybody doing today? It is March 7th of 2021, and let me explain what we did really quick so I can launch right into the types of varieties that I am starting out with and why. But anyways, what we did is our bins, none of the longer bins that we had were able to fit into any sort of under bin. So we went out and got this one that's it's actually the same as having one of the longer rectangle bins, but hopefully that we could put it into the bins because it would be a little bit shorter. But it wasn't, so we're just going to use these cookie sheets as under bins. And this is a 9-cell. It would be half of an 18-cell tray, and we leave the middle open so that we can water and we can also deal with crowding issues and things like that. So we planted 8 varieties each. The 8 varieties that I went with this time were blue cream cherry, and that just seems like a really cool and interesting unique type. I don't really know much about it, but I want to try to be as unique as possible this year. The Paul Robeson, and this one right here, we had grown and got a couple of them to ripen on the counter at the very end of the season because it was a late one that we tried starting. But based on the taste test from even those ones that were ripe on the counter, it has a specific smoky flavor that I really like in a tomato, and so we are going to give this one first up run try this year. And then I got the Black Crim, and I believe these seeds came from Butterflies Home and Garden, so shout out to them. Carbon, and the Cherokee Purple. I believe that those 3 plants might be the center ones in our yard this year. So we always like to try to put tomatoes up against each other to see like what kind of green one we like better, what kind of yellow one we like. And as far as purple tomatoes are our very favorite, overall well-rounded tomato has been the Cherokee Purple for a long time. And we haven't grown the Black Crim in our yard, and I don't believe Angel has ever tried it. So we're going to put that one up against the Cherokee Purple. And we have tried the Carbon, but we're going to give it another run as well, so we can kind of take a look at them similar. There's one that we grow called the Dwarf Purple Heart, and if you look back into its genetics and where it came from, it actually came from a Carbon and a Dwarf variety and a Black Crim and a Dwarf variety. So that Dwarf Purple Heart is a combination of these 2 tomatoes in its past. And we want to try out the Paul Robeson, of course, and then the Cherokee Purple. So I'm really excited for these purple tomatoes this year. Instead of, well, for the cherry type, I'm doing an Atomic Grape. I really like this tomato, a sweet, really good tomato. I'm also going to, for a green type, I'm going to give the Cherokee Green one a try. We've grown this once or twice in our yard. Once in our yard, and we had a bunch that were grown by a local vendor as well. And this is a pineapple specifically from our yard, specifically a variety called the Hawaiian pineapple. So this might be a strong contender to be our very favorite tomato. When I picked out my 8 varieties, I had 2 dwarfs on here, and then I went to the Wagner Blue Green and the Garden Peach, but I swapped that out for the Carbon and the Blue Cream Cherry. I really want to grow a lot of unique things. Some of these are from our save, so they could legit be crossed with something entirely different. The way we do peppers and tomatoes in our yard is sort of like a Thunderdome situation. We just continue to plant as many different unique varieties as we possibly can, and hopefully end up with something that comes out unique and is really special to us each year. So this is UT and Angel. This is UT's choices: the Cherokee Purple, Hawaiian Pineapple, Black Crim, Blue Cream Cherry, the Carbon, the Paul Robeson, the Atomic Grape, and the Cherokee Green. We'll be planting a lot more varieties than these, but these are the 8 that most excite me for our large styles that we'll be trying to put out there. And I'll catch you next time. It's March 7th of 2021, and I love you guys. Thanks for watching.